All right.
Sergio, Mamisha Siemfree NASCO coach of the year of the month of January, and the player of the month of January. We share the 4 selected coaches now. I think that those who did the selection have done very well. Now it looking very close, especially between 2 of them. Coach Prosper Neti Ogun, Asante Kodoko coach, in 5 matches in the month of January, or share 4 and no draw back. Umar Abdul Rabi of Mediema, and so out of 6 games, or winning 3, a draw 2, no losing 1. Then Kasim Mingle or Kansi of Bechem United, 5 games, and also winning 2, a draw 3. Then Bismarck Obimensa of Karela fame, 5 games, 3 wins, 2 draw. Clearly, Mecha Omar Abdul Rabi Edim, he's the only coach within the month no lose be. Apart from that, we need 3 no draw 2 nti me you know Ephraim. Then Kasim Mengel did very well, but then 2 wins, will be a winning 4 any other day, 3 draws. So me Kasim Mengel so Ephraim. I think that is a direct contest between Prosper Nete Ogum of Asante Kodoko, 5 games, 4 wins versus Bismarck Kobimensa of Karela. Asante Kodoko coach no winning 4 out of 5. Kobimensa winning 3 out of 5 no draw 2. So quantitative analysis in terms of figures in Kuanke straight up for Prosper Ogum. But sometimes we person extend the analysis na qualitative analysis. Qualitative ne a him for no ni omoboye.
Okay.
Resources being available to the coach. Because team bi oho kitana the ye bibia no aye bibia enwa so. Would also your qualitative analysis? Obviously, Asante Kotoko resources be bree, Essen Karela. But the opponents are the man and Asante Kotoko boy. Okwadiana Kosheni 2-0. A massive statement. A venue Kotoko has never scored a league goal. Let alone so be winning or Okosheni 2-0. A massive. Obefia Beshe has gold by 3 goals to 1. A local derby and Omudi has gold got 2 baby Omoda. And we're quite a difficult ground. I will Brekum Golden City Park. The only draw game at Kotokonya in the month of January was a draw game against Chelsea. Then 1-0 against Mediema. And then 2-0 against Great Olympics. Oshe Kotoko opponents within the month of January. Ediana away, Ashgold at home, Brekum Chelsea away, Mediema home, Great Olympics. Now the Toto Karela at the end of one. Karela won 4-2 against a team of Efreno, 11 wonders. Relatively, 11 wonders are one of the weak teams in the league. Omoko Olympics Accra no Omoko ball 1-1 draw. That was a good performance. And now Omotoa Kim Faisal. At that time, Faisal form nenye easy. Ebeshe Kim Faisal 2-0. Babayara. That was a massive statement. Then 1-0 against Asufuk. And then 1-1 against Real Tamale United. Sergio, who share opponents and so Ubetuma Kase Karela game against Kim Faisal, Kumase, and then 1-0 against Asufuk. These were tough opponents. But then, Asante Koroko in those 5 games, scored 8 goals and conceded just 1. 4 clean sheets in 5 games. Karela share 9 goals and conceded 4, 2 clean sheets. Notwithstanding the resources available to Asante Kotoko, my dream is say, oh, share my opponent, especially the Diana and all that. I think that I will give my coach of the month of January to Dr. Prosper Nete Ogum of Asante Kotoko. Okay. The closest competitor will be a Bismarck Kobi Mensa. Right. Players in Nonsusumi and Sanuswe Dinkakra. Etuga, 5 goals, 2 MVPs. Yawano, 4 goals, 1 MVP. Omar Bashir, 4 goals, 1 MVP. Omar Bashir plays at the heart of the midfield. He's a central midfielder. Etuga is a proper attacker. Yawano plays for Ashgold, who are lying 11th position and scoring 4 goals with 1 MVP. In fact, Etuga, who has services are onya, who have players behind him, the form of the team. Now the Tutuse Kotokoda first, what team best 7 points? Now the twice goal or that 11th to manage 4 goals for Yawano, and then Omar Bashiru playing for Karela at the heart of midfield, and the midfielder scoring those goals. In fact, what I was trying to get out, I meant to mention the number of penalties are almost. But I think say it's so difficult to decide on that one. I would want to choose between Yawano and Omar Bashiru.
Okay.
But Kaminya maybe latter part minya the penalty goes and I say penalties don't so maybe for me be reduce the number of points I'm the more winning. So maybe latter part if I get a point, I get a chance and minya those information I'll be specific on my player of the month of January. Sergio,
ask your man what will happen in the 7th week and who will win the cup this year. That could see. Kotoko kunu baby will be a Rosmi Musa. What they do?
70 that is second round.
Second round as
with your money man.
That could see or see Famano na Kotoko Kuno. Okay, those days no Kotoko players no
that could see.
Nisika ni na Kotoko players needy. Omoka say crowd the honor omoko ye no.
I see.
Me kai ba ko e ka say ye na eso okokoye. Me sa tire na otis o kotim fufu bi. Muse ka no o top parts ni na o de go gu home no fra ko so mo fa ka nko.
Can be careful. Can be careful.
We fi player across that kusi. Yem ko so.
Sergio Madwin say on me sema me tra ha kan say Arsenal will not make the top 4 no. Ntinipa no bisa me mu aye no no. Madwin say finally on Samobo Dune Prosper Ogum
say go for me biu.
Inyanto on mo.
No, but so na so o tre wa nyu.
Me tira Madwin. Inyanto no.
So feel so be kan bibi ka kire.
Inyanto. You see me masamba ko ni say.
Yeah.
Obia obena adwen say or attack Samuel Buadu either verbally or physically no. He doesn't belong to football until football ase. Na onim football mu. Ensema papa ne kan no. A very good recipe for the second leg at Baba Yara.
Okay.
Or say me muntu meme. Oh. Muntu meme. Say me the youth side crab bar muntu meme. Muntu me sheme. Yes, if you are interested in say na disrespectful na any disrespectful me my
game na some no ka ho. Ana. Game na e course no.
Ba me take interview no anka this one.
Oh yes, sure.
Yes, okay.
One can say this game, but what the incentive? What the incentive? Incentive.
This is the best game against Legon Cities. This is not a game, right? If I'm using the junior team for House of Folk, Kotoko cannot score me. The best game against Legon Cities. This is not a game.
Sergio, the question was that Samuel Buadu say, oh no, Prosper Ogum can say, sa game way. A House of Folk best game of the season in the league. And I say, and yes, our game we and I had the best game of House of Folk. No best game no was Legon Cities. Then he progressed to say, Sanketieri come sure say a better in our interpretation. As I'm not kind. Also, you ain't our cartoon.
Oh, what can you?
No, that this was referring to. Sir, Prosper Ogum.
This is not a game.
I said this is not a game.
Prosper Ogum.
So question, no answer question. No answer question.
There was an interview from Prosper Ogum. And Prosper Ogum say, and I'm say has nim kotoko form near the identity no. And momo prepare well. Now has more ball papa say was this season league him. Omo best game ni. And was way near best game.
Okay.
No. Can I say or the saying some of board one be say I know we don't have time, but say a comment to the PM for and see.
Okay.
Then we will understand it. Until they should give us the some of board patch up.
Wow.
Legon Cities. This is not a game, right? If I'm using the junior team for House of Folk, Kotoko cannot score me.
If I'm using a junior team of House of Folk, Kotoko cannot
give my own boy and all can was.
Even if it is, even
if
maybe
prosperity doctor didn't can say what did can say how to for best game
anyway
because Kodama has to about the best game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not
only very sure about it because
I stand to be corrected.
Because Kodama has about the best game and I say this is not a game.
Yeah, this is not the best game.
That game we
Legon Cities there no and the best game.
Better actually
yeah.
That's our game we in the junior team cry because continue no.
Yeah. Until make us say even if he was making reference to that particular game, who person who fair and proper analysis, I would say disrespect to those who play that game. But in football, Yeah, and Crawford making reference to Mourinho near the other. Mourinho in some no cano. People complain say disrespectful to, for example, can say Arsene Wenger is a specialist in failure. That is Mourinho. But people who would want to do fair analysis will say that it was disrespectful to Mr. Wenger for saying so a specialist in failure. And I'm saying that a part of football. But if you are a neutral and you want to analyze it, you'll be right to say that so Becca say me de me kra be boa untumi nheme ne de wa mu omo game no.
Okay.
In the same way here prosperity na some no kan no ohun say oja asem ne sa anka oye obu ha senimtia sa na some kan say ye ni ama ha sa bo mo best game ne den no. If so oja sa it was also going to be disrespectful to us folk. But being an expert in communication, I'm only thinking say na dwen ho ba no so oja asem ne sa because obi am say is this respectful order or we all say I stand to be corrected. I'm not trying to disrespect us. I respect her so much. Ohun sa asem no kan so oja no wa nanka obu ha senimtia say okan sa ansem say
ambiguous.
It was ambiguous, so he wanted to clarify it.
Okay.
But me masem ne say sansensem we no e ma game ne ye de enti obi anadweme an say Samuel Boadu asem wa kenti ye crucify no we a house of fana.
Exactly my point.
And I make can say we a house of fana o bitterest rival and wa hitting baby ye ne ya enti you be happy for Samuel Boadu. We a kotoko rival so a he should ginger you and say come what may the second leg Orban Samuel Boadu will be the center of attraction. This statement will be the main year kotoko de be or the same campaign and also the be promote match and say a brand 10 or see into mention no mummy enko we no. So for me it adds to the rivalry. It makes it interesting. Let's leave it as such. Nobody so be kokasa etia Samuel Boadu and no kokasa etia Prosper Ogum. The way football on tiase.
Okay.